Hello students. So here we are with the next exercise of trigonometry, that is exercise 3.2. Again solving the most important questions. The very first question what we have here is find the value of other 5 trigonometric functions if cos x is equal to 1 minus 1 by 2. So cos x value is given as minus 1 by 2. X lies in the third quadrant. So before we start with this question students, okay, we'll just have a very quick look at our Astc rule. Correct? Astc rule. So here we have A, S, T, C. Which quadrant is this? This is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Astc. Now what they're telling here is cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2 and x lies in the third quadrant. Students, which letter do we have in the third quadrant? We have T. What does this T represent? This T represents tan and its inverse, that is cot, are positive, others are negative. So that is why you see tan and cot are only positive. Others means what? That is nothing but cos, sine, cosecant and secant. Others are negative. So can we see here cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2 because x lies in the third quadrant. Okay. So this is fine. What should we find out here? Find the value of other 5 trigonometric ratios. What are the other 5 trigonometric ratios? Sine and cosecant, tan and cot, cos is already found out here, secant we have to find out. Understood? So let us begin with this students. Let's start with this problem. So solution will start it here. Solution. Cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2. Why is it minus? Because x lies in the third quadrant, that is why cos is negative. Now we have to find out what is tan, right? So we'll use one identity here, trigonometric identity. That is nothing but sine square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. What is cos x students? Minus 1 by 2. So cos square x will be minus 1 by 4. So this will become sine square x plus of minus 1 by 2 the whole square equals 1. Sine square x plus 1 by 4 equals 1. Sine square x is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4. What is 1 by 4 students? What is 1 by 4? Quarter, correct? 1 full minus 1 quarter. What is remaining? 3 by 4 will be remaining. So sine square x will be equal to, so take LCM, same thing you will be getting 3 by 4. Send the square on that side, means taking roots on both the sides. You will be getting sine x is equal to plus or minus root 3 by 2. Now we are getting two values here, plus or minus. So which value should we consider? See here again, x lies in the third quadrant. If x is lying in the third quadrant, what are the other ratios? Other ratios are negative. So therefore here we will write, therefore sine x equals minus root 3 by 2. Why are we taking this value? Why not plus? Because x is lying in the third quadrant. Here you can write x lies in third quadrant. That is the reason we have taken minus root 3 by 2. Understood? So cos is done, sine is done. We have to start with tan and cot now. Tan and cot are again easy students. So what we have to do for tan and cot is, what is tan x? Tan x is nothing but sine x by cos x. Correct? So which is equal to, what is sine x students? Sine x is minus root 3 by 2. And what is cos x? Minus 1 by 2, right? Minus 1 by 2. Minus minus cancel. 2 will cancel. Denominator, denominator. So what is the value we have left out? Root 3. This is our what? This is our tan x. So tan is done, sine is done, 2 are done. Now cot x students, what is cot x? Inverse of tan. So 1 by tan x. So what is 1 by tan x? Tan x is root 3. So cot x will be 1 by root 3. So can you observe here? Tan x we got positive. Cot x also we got positive. Why? Because x is lying in the third quadrant. And in third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. Others are negative. So see, cos is negative. Sine is negative. Now we have to find out secant as well as cosecant. They also must be negative. Correct? Because in third quadrant, others are negative. So how do we find out secant? Secant is nothing but inverse of cos. So secant x is equal to 1 by cos x, which is equal to 1 by minus 1 by 2, which is equal to minus 2. This is our answer, correct? Minus 2. So you take this up, it will become minus 2, reciprocal. Similarly, last one is cosecant x. Inverse of sine, that is 1 by sine x, which is equals to 1 by minus root 3 by 2, which is equal to minus 2 by root 3. Check here, cot is positive, tan is positive, secant negative, cosecant negative, sine negative, cos also negative. Why? The only reason is x lies in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, only tan and cot are positive, others are negative. So this is the 5 trigonometric ratios. I'll just highlight them once. Okay. So number 1, number 2, tan, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Okay. So this is question number 1 from exercise 3. Let's move on to the next question on the right hand side. Same thing, cot x is equal to 3 by 4, x lies in the third quadrant. See, cot is positive. Why? Because x is lying in the third quadrant. Is that correct? In the third quadrant, cot is positive. What should we find out here? Find out the other 5 trigonometric ratios. So what we'll do here, students, we'll take cot x is there. What is tan x? Easy to find out, right? Inverse of this, 4 by 3. So this is number 1 done. Next, we'll find, so we'll use one other trigonometric identity like this, sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Very similar way, there is another trigonometric identity, 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosecant square x. What is cot square x? 3 by 4, that is cot x. Cot square will be 1 plus 9 by 16, correct? Squaring, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, which is equal to cosecant square x. Take the LCM, 16 plus 9 will be 25, 25 by 16 is equal to cosecant square x. So therefore, cosecant x will be equal to plus or minus 5 by 4. Root, students, root of 25 is 5, root of 16 is 4, taking square root on both the sides. Now again we got two values here, right? X is lying in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Cosecant must be negative. So therefore, cosecant x is equal to minus 5 by 4. This will be your right answer. Okay. So this is our number 2. Moving on to the next one. Tan is done, cosecant. So sine we can find out. Inverse of this, what is sin x? Sin x, inverse of this, minus 4 by 5. This is number 3. 2 more to find out, that is cos and secant. How do we find out cos x now? Use this formula again. This identity sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. We'll do it on this side. Okay. So sin square x plus cos square x equals 1. What is sin x? Minus 4 by 5. So that will be 16 by 25 if you square, and minus sign will go away because you are squaring it. Plus cos square x is equal to 1. Take this on that side. Cos square x will be equal to 1 minus 16 by 25. So cos square x will be equal to, take LCM, students, 25 minus 16 is 9 by 25. So therefore what is cos x? Cos x will be plus or minus 3 by 5. X is lying in which quadrant? X is lying in the third quadrant. What is cos in third quadrant? Cos is negative. So therefore cos x is equal to minus 3 by 5 is the right answer, because x is lying in the third quadrant. That reason you have to write it here. So once we get cos x, secant x is easy, right? Inverse of cos, minus 5 by 3, and this will be our right answer. Understood? So students, what did you understand from these both problems? What is more important? So doing these arithmetic operations, okay, all those are very easy. What is very important is, I'll put a star mark here. 1, 2, 3, okay, apart from this, even this one, 4, 5, then inverses you have to know, this is 6. So basically students, 6 circles or 6 points I have marked out here. So basically what is very important in trigonometry is, you have to know the basics. So you have to know what is sine theta, what is the inverse of sine theta, what are the trigonometric identities, what is ASTC rule, how do we implement that. So see, if you know the ASTC rule, then you will be getting the right answers for each and every question here. So basically these are important, students. Okay, apart from these circled ones, the other things are elementary operations. Okay, division, addition, subtraction and multiplication. So this everybody can do. So what is very important is you have to know all these formulas and rules. Okay, let's start with the next question, students. So same exercise 3.2, 7th question. Find the value of cosecant minus 1410 degrees. Okay, so first of all, students, what you have to see here is, this is in which form? This is in cosecant of minus theta. Now students, in the synopsis, I have explained you very clearly what is ASTC rule and how do we make use of that. So whenever you are given with these type of problems, we'll be making use of ASTC rule. Now minus theta lies in which quadrant first of all? Is this minus theta correct? Minus, and there is some angle. So same thing, minus theta. Minus theta lies in which quadrant, students? Yes, minus theta lies in the 4th quadrant. And what is positive in the 4th quadrant? Yeah, that is cos and secant, ASTC, right? Cos and secant are positive in the 4th quadrant. Now what do we have here? Cosecant we have, which means this will be equal to how much? Minus cosecant theta. Why minus cosecant theta? Because minus theta lies in the 4th quadrant according to the ASTC rule, and in the 4th quadrant only cos and secant are positive, other angles are negative. So cosecant is another angle, right? So that is why we are writing it as negative. Now let us take this problem and solve. Okay, so this is what you have to identify by looking at the problem. Once you have identified this successfully, the solution starts like this. Solution. Now cosecant minus 1410. So students, what we'll do here is, this 1410 must be expressed in terms of ASTC rule again. How do we express this in terms of ASTC rule? So see this. 360 degrees, right? One full circle is 360 degrees. 360 into 3. 3 zeros are 0. 3 6s are 18. 3 3s are 9 plus 1 is 10. So we got 1080, right? We need 1410. So here we have to write 330 degrees. So 360 into 3 plus 330 will give us how much? 0. 8 plus 3 is 11. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we got here 1410. Now students, see, this is again rough work. We'll come back to the solution. Now see this. The very first step is cosecant of minus 1410 degrees is equal to minus cosecant 1410 degrees. Step number 1. Why? Because minus theta lies in 4th quadrant and cosecant is negative. That is why we are writing negative cosecant 1410. Now 1410 can be written as what, students, in the next step? Minus cosecant 1410 degrees is equal to, understand, is equal to means this, the left hand side and the right hand side are same. Okay, this is equal to what? Minus cosecant 360 into 3. How much is 360 into 3? 1080 plus 330. Correct? Now, this is in which form, students? So we'll just see here. This is in which form? 360 into 3 plus 30. This is in the form of 360 plus theta. Understanding? See, the very first thing what you saw here, this is in which form? Cosecant of minus theta, which is equal to minus cosecant theta. Now we got something here, minus cosecant of 360 into 3 plus 330. This is in which form? 360 plus theta. Now try to think. 360 plus theta lies in which quadrant? Yes, that is correct. 360 plus theta lies in the 1st quadrant. And what is happening in the 1st quadrant? Which letter do we have? A we have. What does A means? All the trigonometric ratios are positive. So since 360 is coming, the ratio will also not change. The ratio will remain as it is. So once we finish writing it like this, this again can be written as minus as it is cosecant 330 degrees. Correct? ASTC rule we are applying. That is very important, students. Now what do we have? Minus cosecant 330 degrees. Now try to split this again. How do you write this? Minus as it is cosecant 360 minus 30 degrees. 360 minus 30 degrees. 360 minus theta lies in which quadrant? 360 minus theta lies in which quadrant? 360 minus theta lies in the fourth quadrant again. Correct? So here you can write again, this is in which form, students? This is in the form of 360 minus theta. 360 minus theta lies in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. What is cosecant in the fourth quadrant? Negative. Correct. So negative into negative, which is already existing here, it will become what? Positive. So this will become plus cosecant 30 degrees. Now do you know the value of cosecant 30 degrees? It's in the trigonometric table, right? So I think you can write this value, and here whatever you write, this will be your final answer. Understood? Moving on to the next question. So this part I have left it for you. Okay, so you can just have a look at the trigonometric table and fill up this blank. Moving on to the next question, students. So here it was given in terms of degrees, right? Now here it is given in terms of radians. Same thing we'll be using. However, we have solved this problem. In the very similar manner, we'll solve this problem as well. Okay, let us start with the solution. Find the value of sine. So this is in which form first of all? Sine of minus theta, correct? Minus theta lies in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. What is sine in fourth quadrant? Sine is negative, so it will become minus sine theta, correct? So this will be your very first step. Sine of minus 11 pi by 3, which is equal to minus sine 11 pi by 3. Why minus? Because theta lies in the, minus theta lies in the fourth quadrant. Whatever the angle is given, that is lies in the fourth quadrant, and in the fourth quadrant sine is negative. That is why we have written a negative symbol here. Okay. Now this is in radians, right? We'll convert this into degrees. So this can be written as what again? Minus sine 11 into 180, the whole divided by 3, the whole thing within the bracket. 3 ones are 360s. So 60 into 11 will be equal to how much? Minus sine 11 6 are 66. So that will be 660 degrees. Now do you know the value of 660 degrees? We don't know. So what do we do here? We'll try to convert this. How do we convert? Using Astc rule again. So very simple, students. Minus sign as it is. This you write. This can be written as 360 degrees into 2. That will be equal to how much? 720 degrees. 720 minus 60 degrees. Correct? Yes or no? 720 minus 60 will be equal to how much? 660. Now 360 minus theta lies in which quadrant? So this is again in which form, students? Once you express this in this form, this is in which form? This is in the form of 360 minus theta. 360 minus theta lies in which quadrant? 360 minus theta lies in the fourth quadrant. What is happening in the fourth quadrant? Sine is becoming negative. There is already a negative symbol here, existing one. How did we get this? This we got it from here. Now again we are getting a negative symbol. Negative into negative will become how much? Positive sign. 360, the ratio will remain as it is. So only 60 degrees is remaining here. So what is sine 60 degrees? Plus root 3 by 2. So this will be your right answer. This is equal to what, students? This is equal to sine of minus 11 pi by 3. Understood? So here, the answer here is cosecant 30 degrees. I think the answer is plus 2. I think you must have figured it out. So this is equal to what? This is equal to what, student? This is equal to cosecant of minus 1410. Understood? So students, this here, you have to be very well versed with the Astc rule. Once you are very thorough with the Astc rule, what will happen? As soon as you see these kind of problems, okay, you will identify its standard forms like this. See here, this is the standard form, this is the standard form. So you know where is minus theta? It's in the fourth quadrant. What is positive? What is negative? How do we express this further? Expressing it further like this. Here also you see 1410 is expressed like this. Okay, and you'll be getting the right answer at the end. So this is the end of the next two problems. Moving on to the next problem. So the last problem of exercise 3.2. Cot of minus 15 pi by 4 radians they have given. Another system of measuring in angles, radians. Another is degrees, another one is grades. So the relationship between grades, degrees and radians also we have discussed, students, okay, in the synopsis. Hope you remember that. Now starting with the solution, students. So as soon as you see this is in which form? This is in the form of cot of minus theta. Minus theta lies in which quadrant? Minus theta lies in the fourth quadrant, correct? So since it is lying in the fourth quadrant, is cot positive or negative in the fourth quadrant? Cot is negative. So this can be written as what? Minus cot theta. So same thing we'll be doing here. We'll be writing what? Cot of minus theta, that is minus 15 pi by 4, which is equal to minus cot 15 pi by 4. Converting this into degrees, students, so this will be equal to how much? Minus cot 15 into 180 divided by 4. So this is 4 ones are, this will be 4 fours are 16, 2 is the remainder, so 4 45s are, 4 5s are 20, correct? 4 into 45 is 180, yes. So what do we have here? 45 into 15, we'll check that how much is that? 45 into 15, 25, 22, 5 and 4, so this is 5, 7, 6, correct? 45 into 15, 5 5s are 25, 5 4s are 20, 22, 1 5, 1 4, 5, 7 and 6. So now what can we write here, students? Again, minus cot 15 into 45 is how much? 675 degrees. Now do you know the value of cot 675 degrees? So see, in the table you have only 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90, correct? What do we have here? 675 we have. So now this would be, which would be very near to this, students? 675 degrees. So here we can write 600. So we'll do it like this. Okay, we'll take another color. 360 into 2. How much? 360 into 2, 720. So now you have to subtract something, right? So that you will be getting 675. How much should you subtract, students? I think is it 45? Minus 45. 720 minus 45. 720 minus 20, 700. 700 minus 25, 675. I think this is correct. Now we'll rewrite this. So this can be rewritten as what? Which is equal to minus cot 360 into 2, that is 720. 720 minus 45. Now here again, this is in which form? This is in which form? Is this in the form of 360 minus theta? Correct? 360 minus theta, right? 360 minus theta. 360 minus theta lies in which quadrant? 360 minus theta lies in the fourth quadrant again. Fourth quadrant, what is cot? Cot is negative. So 360 means again the ratio will not change. So here what can we write? Negative, so 360 minus theta lies in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, cot is negative. There is an existing negative symbol here. So negative into negative will become positive cot. Understanding? So theta will be remaining, that is nothing but 45 degrees. Now what is cot 45 degrees? Plus 1. So this is equal to how much? This is equal to nothing but the question cot of minus 15 pi by 4 radians. So this will be your right answer as well as the end of this exercise. So in this exercise, students, basically 3.2, what did we see? Okay, most of the trigonometric ratios as well as Astc rules are being used. Alright, so I'll meet you with the next exercise again. Until then, take care. Please do like and subscribe Vista's Learning. Thank you.